Question: what do John Player, cigarettes, rally bikes, Boots the Chemist and pork farms have in common? The answer is down there. For a long time.
It is. Get on the bus. But we know how to do it nowadays.
Don't know how much it costs or anything. So we've left the van. Now the window's done. He said it's going to be about 5 hours or so. So we're going to go into Nottingham, into the city. I think last time I was there was probably 2.5, 3 years ago, to be honest. So I don't know about you, Keith. Probably about the same, I would think. So a new experience for us, or not a new experience, but a rare experience. Time is it, kid?
Might be 9 o'clock. We might be here for some time.
Smiling look pretty.
Just as we were setting down to do a video. Well, what we thought we'd do for a video is actually look around Nottingham. It's somewhere that we take for granted because we live here, but people up and down the country don't know Nottingham, or perhaps have never visited. So what we thought was, amongst our trips in the campervan, we had actually put together a video of Nottingham. It might take us a while to do because we need to go to various places. We're not going to all do it in one day. So you might see quite a few different sets of clothes.
We might actually split it into series.
Yeah,
well, depending on what we see.
So we're in the centre of Nottingham, Market Square. It's evolved over the years from its traditional marketplace in the medieval times to basically a gathering area for anything that's going on in Nottingham. Very often events put on here. In the summer there's the seaside, we bring in a load of sand, etc. Nothing on this weekend, but throughout the video we might sort of capture some things that are going on. We've got the council house in the background, where Daryl and I got married 4 years ago now. And
4 years in September.
So, but I hope you enjoy it. As I say, it's somewhere we take for granted because we live here, but I hope you find it interesting. Nottingham has got quite a bit of history, so we'll try and sort of put that in there as well. But it also might be nice for other people to do their own home areas, hometowns, home cities, and just let people know what's going on around the country.
I never thought that I'd live in a city. Having visited many, been living near Manchester, lived near London in the past. But I have to admit that Nottingham ticks a lot of boxes. It's small, compact, you can get from one end to the other in 10-15 minutes, or 20 if you walk as slowly as I do. But it's got a lot going on. Music-wise, entertainment-wise, sports-wise, if you're into sports. They're all different things. We'll show you different parts of the city. Well, but I think the first stop is
coffee, as usual.
So yeah, bear with us, keep watching, and we'll show you some other sides of Nottingham. Nottingham has a really good transport system with the buses and trams. In fact, it's won quite a few awards over the years. And one of the unfortunate signs that you see in every city centre, lots of town centres, is this seating.
Since I've been in Nottingham, it's changed several times. The layout. We've always had very open space here, back into medieval times.
This is actually where the Goose Fair started, isn't it?
Yeah, the original site of the Goose Fair, which is now moved off the site because it's a lot bigger. But yeah, the slab square they could sometimes call because of all the paving slabs. But it has changed quite a lot over the years.
I'll meet you by the Left Lion.
That's the council house. Market Square is guarded by a couple of lion statues anyway, and one of the meeting places in Nottingham is by the Left Lion, and so the one of the local independent papers is called the Left Lion. It tells you everything that's going on in Nottingham.
The council house isn't actually that old. I'm just reading the foundation stone was laid in 1927, so I must admit I thought it was a lot older than that, this place, but no, it's pretty new really. It's not even 100 years old yet.
And if we just look at some of the architecture around the square. Quite amazing.
Oh, we didn't get out. I didn't get out of the house.
And just up here, while we're in the market square, just up here is a statue, a relatively new statue I must admit. It's to one of Nottingham's famous football managers. Ryan Club.
Our first coffee of the day. Different one for us as well. We used to do Pret. Today we've gone Pret. Cheers.
We've been here quarter of an hour.
Another thing that, well, one thing I learnt last year from the Manchester bombing at the arena was to look up. You never look up at buildings, and I didn't know anything about the Manchester Bee till last year, and I'm just looking up here while I'm sat here. Intricate carvings on the top of buildings. Look up as well, because you don't know what you'll see. As I say, I didn't know anything about the Manchester Bee, and I'm from around Manchester, so from bad things you can learn something new. And one thing you've seen us doing before is a little bit of geocaching, and I've just checked on my phone while we've been sat down having coffee, and there's a geocache we've not found 79 feet away, so it'd be rude not to go and find it.
We're following the compass, and it's over here somewhere, I think. and I can see it just by Cash's eye.
Oh gosh, yes.
So the coordinates are spot on. It says it's 3 feet away here, and it's pointed in that direction, so obviously in the right place. And can you see it? Hey presto!
Quite a decent size for a city centre cache as well. Don't usually find them that big. And it's got a travel bug in, which we like travel bugs. Travel bugs are items that you move on from cache to cache. They've usually got tasks, so people say they want them to go somewhere. This same feared, it wouldn't surprise me if people want this one to travel to Italy, but we don't know. Yeah, that'll be one for us to move on to another cache when we're away on holiday somewhere. Nice little cache.
Just place it back.
Just go back in there like that. Nicely hidden. There you go. You'll always find a bus screen sound. Market Square. You head up that way and get to, what's the name of that street? Who's it the top street? Upper Parliament Street. And further along that way at the top of Upper Parliament Street you'll come to the Victoria Centre, which is one of the 2 shopping centres in Nottingham. Heading down this way, and we'll eventually come to Broadmarsh, which is the other shopping centre which is currently being revamped. We'll head in that direction now. A lot of the trams are named after local celebrities. There's a Brian Clough tram, Rebecca Adlington tram, I think there's a Torval and Dean tram, or a Torval and a Dean tram, I'm not sure, but I think there is.
Yeah, we just dropped down from the city centre, which is Market Square. It's pedestrian all the way down to the other shopping centre, Broadmarsh Centre. This is what St Mary's Thesis, which is the centre of the original churches. Empty work going on.
Noisy work. Again, really different styles of architecture from the old to the new. I know I might have moves, but I don't think I'm coming to this.
That's almost as good as the breastfeeding event that we found up in Cumbria one day.
Oh, that was up near Ulverston, wasn't it?
Yeah, so, but yeah, breastfeeding.
We didn't go to that either. So this is now heading towards Broadmarsh Centre. city needs two main shopping centres. I don't know.
Still have a winky.
What sort of thing you can do in Nottingham? Let's go around, visit the caves. Obviously, we've got the left lane.
Saying earlier on. Down here we've got looks like artists are doing their thoughts on Nottingham. On this one, unseen cityscape. Darryl was saying about looking up. Lydia Fisher's thoughts and artwork.
So we've just come out of Broadmarsh, and I would guess at Keaton Isle we can see there's a geocache nearby.
I am. So what I was looking, I've seen post box and 2 telephone boxes, and usually there's a little series called
I can't remember.
I can't remember.
It's in sight.
A fine pair.
And cache is usually in sight of telephone boxes and post boxes nearby or together, aren't they?
Yeah. So
So you've got the phone boxes there.
and there's not one here.
Maybe there's something close by. So.
This is Brightwell Gate. A lot of the little streets down around the market square has got sort of the old trade names. So presumably, all this is where you'd come for bridals. But we've got a lot.
Wedding dresses.
We've got a lot of little narrow streets with, nice boutique type shops around Nottingham. So it all adds to the quaintness, I suppose, of the city. I don't know, but variety.
It's very strange walking around the city on a Sunday morning. Usually, when we come, as I say, we don't come here that often. It's a bustling shopping centre full of students, because Nottingham's got the 2 universities. But today, it's actually quite nice wandering around and not getting jostled.
But it is only 10 o'clock on
But it
Sunday
is,
morning.
yes. All normal people are still having a lie-in or a fried breakfast.
What a good idea.
This lady's got an unusual name. By yard. So, it means it's by the yard. Basically, that's your walk around the city centre. We've come full circle.
Well, on the south side, we've got
We've not done
the north side of the city centre to do. But, that's as far as the city goes to the south of the square.
Walking on Bridal Smith Gate. Let's keep us saying the names of some of the other. Up there.
It's a nice feature of
Bottom Lane. This one is called Poultry, which is the part of the main tram route through the city.
So we've come up the hill from the market square, and this is always used to be sort of the bohemian type shops down Hockley, and it's just one street and a few to the side streets just running down out of the city. But we've got unusual things like the ugly bread bakery. There's a juggling shop and juggling shop and unicycle shop down here, various things like that. So it used to be bohemian, but it's getting a bit more cosmopolitan now.
It's quite an expensive area to rent a shop recently. What are the usual, well, not the usual, but different coffee shops and things like that. It's becoming like a coffee society.
I was going to say, how do you know about all these coffee shops, Darryl?
I have to do a lot of research.
This this pub here was one of the old Lloyd's banks, turned into a pub. Number one, again, ornate architecture at the top.
I think you need to check for a cache, because there's a post box and a phone box.
Oh, really? No.
Nothing?
No, I think there's one's too close to it. So we just wander down Hockley, get a taste for what this area is all about. Yeah, a lot of street side cafes. In fact, since we were last here, it seems to have sprung up even more. And again, we were saying about the names of, where is it there? Goosegate, again a name reflecting the past. And there's the juggler's shop I was talking about earlier. It just goes down, drops down to the bottom of the cities. But again, amazing buildings. It was always regarded long ago as sort of the student type area where we'd come, well, I didn't go to university here, but where students would come and to the wine bars and pubs down here. Always a thriving bit of Nottingham. Just down here we have the Broadway, which is an independent theatre cinema, always putting on different films, but very popular and well known in the area. Nottingham is famous for its lace, and the Adams building, built by Thomas Adams
and as a manufacturer, is amazing architecture. They built it with the windows as they are and on this curved frontage to get as much light into the factory as they could for their workers to be able to make lace by hand. And so they wanted lots of light in there, and this is the architecture that they came up with. It's curved frontage, lots of windows, and again just off the Hockley area of Nottingham. Again, very impressive building in the centre of town. Just round the corner from the Adams building, piece of modern architecture, trying to emulate or complement, I suppose is another word, the windows of the Adams building, trying to use round windows to get lots of light in. That's just again, as I say, just round the corner from the Adams building. And once we can just drop back into the main street of Hockley. With its street cafes and coffee bars. Again, dropping back on another street. This one's Pelham Street down to Market Square.
We didn't get an invite to next week's wedding, so
which hat would fascinator hat would you wear?
I don't have to decide because I didn't get the invite.
Oh, right.
So I think I'd have gone for the fascinator with the length of my hair, but I'm not sure. So
Bit shorter than it used to be.
I'm not going. So
and once again, amazing architecture in the city centre. To the gargoyles on the tower. Yeah. And there's the bell tower of the council house, just peeking over the shops. So again, as you can see, we've just gone round in a circle at the moment, just dropping back to where we had a coffee and then looking down onto the market square.
one little bit we have to film. What's this? Is it something else I've looked up and I've never noticed before? Oreo Chambers. Oreo is Keith's mum's name.
One of the other main pedestrian areas of Nottingham is Clumber Street. Again, got a lot of the high street shops. This leads us up to the other shopping centre in Nottingham. Victoria Centre.
So we give you 3 mobile and gadget insurance as well. So is it phone?
Again, as soon as we get to the top of here, that's starting to drop out of the city centre. Looking down at towards the Royal Concert Hall. The city's alive with live music. Buskers sat around. There's Victoria Centre, looking down south out of the city, and north up to the Theatre Royal. We just walk around the block. I'll take you across the road through King's Walk or Trinity Walk. I'm not sure which one we'll go through. Trinity Walk's there behind that bus. Just a little street or literally walk. And we'll go through King's Walk. Leads us into another little section of the city. This was redeveloped a few years ago now, the Corner House area. Foreman Street is where the old Evening Post was printed, but again we've got nice open space looking round and several cafes and bars, and this leads up to Concert Hall, Royal Concert Hall, and the Theatre Royal. Lots of old pubs still within all the redevelopment. The new pub there, Slug and Lettuce, and the old Bluebell on the other side. A lot of eating houses, as you expect around here, this sort of area. People going out for a meal and then off to the theatre or the cinema. There's the concert hall. It's a modern area. Pub behind us, Langtrees, named after Lily Langtry, who was an actress and mistress of, can't remember who, one of the Georges, was it? I don't know, we'll have to look that up. We got the corner house full of eating places, but cinema as well. So, and there actually is a beehive up on the top of there as well. So, the old Theatre Royal. drop back down into Market Square. That really is the both sides of the city centre. So there's the Theatre Royal. This area used to be ornate banks, and so the building and the architecture again is quite outstanding. Just as you look down the street, you see some phenomenal buildings above eye level. So again, if you look above the shop frontages, this is where you see all this lovely architecture. Would you expect to see that sort of building in the city centre? Seems every time you come into the square, the bells chime, ring out. What are we now? 11:15 on Sunday morning, and it's starting to get a little more busy. Bells sat sunning himself somewhere around here. I'll find him. So that's the tour of the city centre. As Darryl said earlier, it's a fairly small city, or compact city. Just down Friargate there, just that little short road leads to the castle. It's not a castle that you would imagine a castle looking like, it's more of a stately home. It built down in the 1700s, I think it was, and they've rebuilt it, replaced the wooden castle as the medieval castle with more of a square stately home. So that's it, and we're back, and we'll be adding more to this little series as we go round.
Perfect place to come for a weekend if you've got a camper van. We'll tell you in another video about Nottingham, about some of the local campsites you can stay at, and take you to some other interesting places. So, thanks for watching.
This area of Nottingham was knocked down for the inner ring road, so they put a dual carriageway around the city centre. It gets chock block now, so certainly during the normal weekday traffic it does get quite congested. But what we did have here originally were very similar to the Shambles in York, cobblestone streets running up the hill, lots of little shops, but now we have this inner ring road, dual carriageway, which is quite an eyesore, I suppose, really.
Did you say there used to be an underpass as well? No?
They keep talking about putting an underpass here.
Ah, right.
Oh yes, there was. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought you said there was originally.
This junction used to have a massive roundabout and an underpass for pedestrians. That was filled in and the light system put in. But yeah, it's changing all the time. It's just up there, the castle, which we'll show you in another video. Yeah.
And one of the other things that the city have got are the bike hire stops. We still call them Boris's bikes, which obviously Boris Johnson started the bike hire scheme in London. It's spread, and it's just a name that we've stuck with. So yeah, you know, another cheap way of getting around the city. You've got the street bikes.